Hey, welcome to my hike. I'm Kevin, and this is Hiking with Kevin, and your timing is impeccable because my guest will be joining me in just a few minutes. If you're curious, we are hiking along the ridge of Griffith Park in the Hollywood Hills, and it's just a stone's throw from the observatory. And I know that to be true because I was just throwing stones at it from this very spot. Also, we're a stone's throw from the famous Hollywood sign, which I think is more famous than the observatory because, let's face it, more actors come to Hollywood seeking stardom than astronomers come to Hollywood seeking stars here at the observatory. Agreed? Okay, great. Then you can come on the hike with us. Tighten your shoelaces, down that Red Bull, and let's have at it. If you're looking for inspiration and motivation, you have picked the right hike today, because today my hiking buddy is a motivational speaker, she's an author, and she's an endurance swimmer. She holds the world's record for being the first confirmed person to swim from Cuba to Florida without the aid of a shark cage. That's right, today we're hiking with the remarkable Diana Nyad. First of all, thank you for going on this hike with me.
My pleasure, Kevin. It's fun.
You are unique in a way that you requested we hike on asphalt. And I was curious about that.
You know, I'm an urban walker. I've started an initiative called Everwalk, and so I'm walking all over the world basically, and leading people on walk. Get out in the great outdoors, dream your dreams, look up at the blue sky. But I can't dream when I'm walking on a single track.
Yeah.
I'm looking down for every tree root, every little rock, not trying.
You're distracted. You get distracted easily.
Yeah, and I now I can look around.
Yeah.
I can see the eagles. I can dream my dreams. So that's why I prefer to walk asphalt.
You're actually promoting asphalt, more asphalt.
We don't need to build more. We're good with what we've got.
Yeah. So your swim from Cuba to Key West, Florida was about 111 miles, 53 hours.
Yep.
Which is just a little bit less than what this hike is going to be today. And if you get tired, you let me know, all right?
You'll be the first to know.
I like your choice of hat, by the way.
Yeah, buckets, right?
Bucket caps.
I know. We both look like we got to get on a boat.
You seem like the kind of person who's a can-do person, and failure's not an option.
Well, no, I wouldn't put it that way. As a matter of fact, I think it takes courage to fail.
Yeah.
The Cuba swim was a given failure.
Yeah.
The whole world called it impossible.
Right.
Best swimmers in the world, men, women, young, fast, have been trying since 1950. They all failed. I failed 4 times, and I kept chasing after it. So it's not that failure is not an option. I'd rather chase after failure and discover myself.
Yeah.
Push myself to some nth degree of potential, and arrive at that place rather than pick a mediocre goal, say, slam dunk, I can do that every time. So no, I'm not adverse to failure at all.
And you're not adverse to pushing things, as I could tell from this hike right now. Your pace is pretty quick. When you swam from Cuba to Florida, obviously an amazing accomplishment. And you had to push, you had to be determined. What was the most unusual thing, real or imaginary, that you experienced on that swim?
Well, it's funny you put it that way, real and imaginary, because first of all, there is the real. You are in a territory of a lot of danger.
Yeah.
Not only are you trying to go north across a very powerful current, the Gulf Stream, that's going 4 or 5 times your speed due east, and you're trying to go north. So, I wouldn't say that's terrifying. What it is close to impossible to achieve. So you need a mathematical genius of a navigator. But the box jellyfish, Kevin, you wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy.
No, I heard they're horrible.
This is the stuff of life and death, no hyperbole. I should have died that night, September 2011.
That was the 4th attempt.
Yeah, just wrapped around the neck with tentacles, around the bicep.
Yeah.
I was in anaphylactic shock, and I should have died. 98% of human beings who have been touched by the tentacle of the box have died instantaneously. So,
So what kept you from dying? Are you like a superhuman?
You know what? Maybe superhuman. The medical team, I don't want to sound too, egotistic myself, but the medical team, top ER doctors, University of Miami, they were there with EpiPen, with adrenaline, with oxygen masks. And I lived that night, and they will tell you that I lived that night on will.
Now you're walking faster than me, so you're going to walk out of frame.
Oh, excuse me. I got to stay right. I'm going to stay with my shoulder right on your shoulder.
I haven't trained as much as you have over the years.
But anyway, but you asked about real or imaginary. So real, and not to mention the oceanic white tips, the lemons, the tigers.
Sure.
These are aggressive sharks. 50, 60 miles from shore, there are no reefs, no bait fish for them to feed on.
Right.
If an animal hasn't eaten for a week or two and you come by, you are dinner bell. So there are real and present dangers out there. But then you also picture, when you say imaginary.
You're veering again.
Come on. I'm going to get this right. But you're taking us off the side of the cliff here. Go to the right a little.
Hang on one second.
Okay. So picture, for 53 hours, and don't forget the training. So, you're going 12 hours one day, 14 hours another in the ocean, 16 hours another. The training is, to understate it, grueling, lonely.
Yeah.
And you're in a state of sheer sensory deprivation. You've got these fogged over goggles over your eyes.
Yeah.
You've got this tight cap on your, so Bonnie, my head handler, would have to blow a police whistle at a loud decibel.
Bonnie's your handler?
Yeah, my head handler, to get my attention. Let's say there's a shark.
Yeah.
We got to do something. If she needs my attention, she has to blow a loud police whistle. So I'm out there in the interior of my mind. I'm not looking at anything.
Right.
When they all say, "Oh, wasn't that beautiful? 50 dolphin just played with us for an hour over there." Well, I didn't see them.
Didn't see it.
I'm in my own mind. I'm going through childhood. I'm dreaming. I'm in desperate hallucinations. So
were there any skeptics that said maybe you caught a ride on a dolphin for a while?
No, nobody suggested. There were skeptics.
I know, but they didn't realize the current.
Yeah,
Okay. So what are we imagining while you're swimming? What is the biggest, craziest illusion you had?
Well, when I was not on the Cuba swim, but in Argentina, I have nothing against Catholics. I mean, I am an atheist, but I got nothing against anybody of any religion. And I got very upset, agitated. I saw Catholics over there on the shore.
A whole
I don't know.
Catholics
I don't know how I
swimming?
recognized them. They weren't wearing the robes or anything. And I screamed to my team that the Catholics got to do something. And then seagulls. I thought seagulls were penetrating my forehead and opening up big gashes. But mostly those hallucinations, they're not a matter of being frightened. Like I thought I saw the 7 dwarfs walking on a little path below me on the yellow brick road. It's not like scary. It's just that I'm not in my right mind.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to prepare for storm protocol, shark protocol,
right.
jellyfish protocol. That's what...
The jellyfish protocol was the biggest, I think, from what I'm reading and seeing, threat to you, the box jelly and the currents. But the box jelly, you had actually created some kind of a mask.
Yeah. I went to the nth degree.
Silicone mask or something?
It's like, if you have a resolve to do something, you will come back and back and back. Come back with science, come back with innovation, come back a new way to tap the human spirit. So I work with a prostheticist. He prepares masks for people who have been blown up with grenades, have been in fires, and they're waiting for their skin grafts.
Yeah.
But he has to prepare this silicone mask for them so that, they don't get infections. Well, we worked for almost a year on a prototype for me to swim with, and we finally put a retainer inside it for the teeth so I could open and close the mouth.
Yeah.
Close it when I'm underwater so the jellyfish tentacles can't get on my lips, and open it when I'm breathing. And it wasn't easy to swim in.
And I'm telling you something, that was a scary looking mask.
It was.
I saw it on a YouTube thing.
But I'm so fond of it.
And I think you didn't have to worry about any other creatures in the ocean because that mask probably scared them all away.
It could be. But it's funny, everybody says, oh, it's the box jellyfish. But trust me, if a shark came up and took your leg, then the shark is a bigger problem.
That's the other thing. On your
jellyfish.
5th attempt, you swam without a shark cage.
Yeah. Well, no, on all those. So the 2nd, 3rd, 4th,
that's right.
5th.
That's right.
Only the first back in the 70s did I use a cage.
That was before sharks. Did you ever see a shark?
Oh, well, many. But I don't see them as much as the people on boat. As I said, I'm in a world where I don't see much.
At night, can you see them?
They do on the boat.
Do you see their eyes?
Yeah, they see their eyes underneath. They're sort of fluorescent.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're glow.
And you would have a propensity to swim off course sometimes too, right?
A lot of swimmers do. You swim in a pool, you got a lane line.
Yeah.
You swim out in the ocean and you are in a state of sensory deprivation. Every single stroke, I can't look and calibrate. Okay, the boat's 20 feet to my left. Let's keep it there, keep it there, keep it there. I'm off in a different world, and pretty soon I'm over 200 yards that way.
You swam more than the length of Cuba.
Oh, for sure.
If a pool didn't have lanes, would you swim into the wall on the side? Would you keep bonking into that?
No.
You're not that bad?
No.
Fresh water or salt water?
Salt.
Okay.
Fresh is easier.
Yeah.
No chafing, no animals.
Right.
You know, you love to be in a lake, but it doesn't have the epic nature.
That's true.
Ocean just opens your soul. You look out at that horizon.
Yeah.
You know, this is what Magellan looked at, you know.
Yeah. Okay, second question. Shower or bath?
Well, you know, when you're doing these hard things, you want a bath.
Yeah. When you go take a bath, do you ever use a shark cage or do you go without the shark cage? One piece or two piece?
I think all one piece. You know, I am 69. I try to compress things a little bit.
How do you feel about being 69?
You know, the same way I felt about being 39 and 29 and 59. I wake up every day. I grab this whole precious life that we're given with gusto. And when I go to bed at night, I say, whoo, I couldn't have given any more to that day.
Yeah, I come across as a wise guy sometimes, and I am, but
yes, you
it's
are.
not meant in a mean-spirited way. I remember one time I was talking to Buzz Aldrin, and I said, Buzz, were you ever worried that maybe something would go wrong on the moon, like the lunar module wouldn't start up?
Right.
And he looked at me really seriously, and he said, why wouldn't it start up? What are you, a wise guy? I said, no, I was just curious. Because sometimes my car doesn't start when I go. Well, speaking of Buzz Aldrin, number 2 man on the moon, would you try to accomplish a feat that somebody had already done? You wouldn't be the first one to do it.
Yeah, when it came to Cuba, that was so deep in my soul. I mean, I grew up close to Little Havana. You know, Cubans were my friends when I was a kid. I used to stare out across that ocean at that forbidden island out there and say, why? Why can't we go there? Why can't they come here? Well, we're still asking those questions all these years later.
Yeah.
So it was deep for me. And, you know, as I say, swimmers have called it the Mount Everest of the Earth's oceans. It is the most difficult swim, just rife with obstacles. While I was training, when I came back to chase the dream again in my 60s, I had tried when I was 28, didn't make it. Now in my 60s, I thought I still got some vitality, I still got muscular strength. If I'm ever going to try it, it's now. Yeah. 2 women, the top 2 ocean swimmers in the world, both Australians, young, tried it while I was waiting, and I didn't want them to make it, but you know what? I had to come to peace. When they were trying, I thought, if one of them or both do make it, this is still my dream. If I'm not the first, I've always wanted to swim all the way across this epic ocean. I was going to do it anyway. Well, what did Buzz Aldrin say? Did he say he had always wished he was first?
No, I didn't dare ask him that, because that would have been a wise guy question.
Yeah, but I think everybody's human. You say that you're part of a team, but you want to be the first.
When you came out of the water, when you were staggering up Smathers Beach in Key West after the successful attempt, how difficult was that? I mean, you hadn't walked in over 2 days, and now you're on the ground, and nobody can touch you until you're out of the water. And then I guess Bonnie was the first one to greet you.
Yeah, I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
But people were screaming. You know what? Kevin, they weren't just crying, they were weeping. And I kept looking from side to side as I'd walk up toward Bonnie and think, my God, they're so emotional. And I realized what it was. That wasn't because they saw someone break some athletic record, set some new endurance. You know, it was because they saw someone and a team who refused to give up. And they know that whatever they're chasing in their lives, they might be trying to beat cancer, they got a bad job situation, they got a child situation, or they're chasing a dream. They want to write their novel. Whatever it is, if they just don't give up, get knocked down, get back up, get back up, get back up. And as far as I'm concerned, all the truly successful people whom I admire in life, that's their main credo. You need talent. You need a good team, you need some luck, you need all kinds of things to be successful. More than anything, you need unwavering tenacity. I made it, and I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of my team that we didn't give up. The other people who've tried that swim have said never again. Never getting touched by the box jellyfish, never getting into that Gulf Stream, never. Yeah. And we did it 5 times until we made it. So
was there ever
that's the pride of it all.
Was there ever a moment when you were walking up on that beach before you got into the sand thinking, I'm going to try and swim back to Cuba now?
There never was, Kevin.
Thanks, Diana. Boy, that was a great hike. Had a good clip, too. And we completed it on our first attempt. How about that? The one thing I learned from our hike is that failure is an option. I mean, that takes a load of pressure off of you, doesn't it? I mean, failure is an option. I like that. Not if you're a surgeon, though. You shouldn't fail. Thanks for joining my hike. Have a great day today. Avoid box jellyfish if possible. Please subscribe, turn on notifications, and we will catch you next time. Happy trails.